everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ash, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you my houseplant collection. So for the record, in the past I've made a rough count of my plants, and I've counted about 110. It is snowing for us today, so it's a little cloudy and the lighting isn't the best. But before going any further, I want to thank you all for clicking on this video today, and I hope you enjoyed. So I'm basically just going to start off with this side of my room. This part holds a large amount of our plants. Starting down here, we have this Philodendron Birkin in this white pot from Walmart. I have grow lights under these shelves, so you won't really be able to see the true colors of these plants, but hopefully they're a little bit clear. Anyway, here's this baby variegated African violet. And I'm super happy because it's getting its variegation back, as you can tell. Then behind, we have a massive African violet. This one I did take some cuttings from earlier, so it's a little bald on one side. Then in this corner, I have my Marantas. This is a green Maranta. Super nice plant. Has some new growths right here, which is always exciting in the winter. And then back here we have a really nice rabbit track Maranta. It's just a regular rabbit track, and this one's also constantly growing. Alright. Moving up to the second shelf, here we have this little Hartley Philodendron. This one was just in the corner of my room, so I decided to give it a little bit more light, so it's under the grow lights now. And on this shelf is a majority of begonias, as you can tell. But here we have this nice Rex Begonia Zumba. This one is constantly growing, but then also being constantly neglected. So it's just kind of that tug-of-war battle with this plant. Then we have this other Rex Begonia that's also growing really nicely. Super metallic, shiny leaves. Will you? And then back here we have this red, also Rex Begonia, but this is a red one. This one actually does need water. Oh yeah, also a really quick disclaimer. Most of our plants here do need water. It is winter, so we're still figuring out when these plants really need water. So don't be scared by wilted leaves or dying plants. Anyway, moving on. Right here we have this Begonia Amphioxus. This one is a rehab plant, but as you can tell, it is starting to grow again. So it's really nice to see those new growths. And then back here, this is, if you can't already tell, just a baby Venus flytrap that I'm also rehabbing. My brother came home with it and just gave it to us, so yeah, it should start picking up. It's not in the best condition. And in this little vintage Coca-Cola mug, we have just your everyday Chatuskantia Zabrina. Something I really love about this plant is its glittery leaves and its purple undersides. Here we have this Monstera celtibacana. It actually has a new growth coming out. Alright. Moving on to this third shelf, this Prince of Orange Philodendron. It's really big. It's not in the best condition. Then right here, we have this Manjula Pothos. I really love that leaf in particular. I put it in this little terracotta pot, and it just looks great. Then right here, we have my favorite plant of all time. This is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma that desperately needs water, but it has a super long trail all the way up, and this is its most recent leaf, and it has a little baby bump. So that was this third shelf, and I guess moving on to the right, we have our humidity-loving plants. This is an Alocasia black velvet. This is actually its newest leaf, and has a ton of white margins. Something I love about this plant is also the white stems, and they're actually speckled with this like reddish pink color. Let me take this down. Here we have this Calathea compact star, which, shocker, also needs water. Then right here we have this rehab Calathea orbifolia. This is honestly such a nice plant, and it's been growing a lot since we got it. It has these little growths at the base, so I'm super excited about that. Then right here we have this Alocasia metalhead. This is its newest leaf. Oh, and quick insight on this humidifier. This is the Homicide humidifier. It works wonders for us. We have to fill it up maybe once a day, give or take, and it just works really well. I really have no complaints about it, and it's top fill and everything. Then moving up here, we have this Epipremnum Aureum Marble Queen, or Marble Queen Pothos. Then right here we have this Enjoy Pothos. You can't go wrong with this plant, really. And then moving on the other side, here we have this Alocasia Dragon Scale. Really stunning plant. And this one was $98. This one could also be considered a rehab plant, because these leaves down here died. But that crisping wasn't us. We bought it like that. This one does get most of the humidity, so that's why it's there. Now moving on to this little wooden floating shelf, we have this Philodendron Micans. Let me pull it down for you. I really like Micans a lot because of the way they grow and the different colors they can pick up. As you can tell, that newest leaf over there is like this really bright red color, or like almost like a bronze. Yeah, super cool plant. And it has these really nice velvety leaves. Then we have our class rings, whatever. But then right here we have this little glass cat pot. And in it is this little Tillandsia bulbosa, or bulbosa air plant. And it just sits in there. Before I move on, I guess I should just cover this. This is a Pilea peperomioides, which is actually not doing the best right now. Every time it needs water, we never water it on time, so that's why it's just on decline. Anyway, here's this little Philodendron Brazil. Yeah, these just hang from that hook and go all the way down, and it's like on this little macrame thing that I made. Oh yeah, and also our lights are connected to this plug-in timer. We just set a schedule, time it, and we also have this full spectrum, very strong LED light. So that's what it is. Alright, so the top shelf, here we have this really nice and long Scindapsus pictus argyrius. As you can tell, this also needs water. The vines actually go all the way down to this marble queen down here. Then we have this Scindapsus exotica. This is actually its newest leaf. We have this very thirsty Scindapsus trubii moonlight. It's in desperate need of water. But yeah, this whole top shelf is just Scindapsus right there. And then to the right, we have this Rhaphidophora Hayi. And then here we have this little propagation globe of Manjula Pothos, Scindapsus exotica, and Cebu blue. Okay, so that finalizes this part of my room. Let me show you this little marble stand. Here's this massive Brazil philodendron. Then right here we have an Albo Syngonium. And it actually has a little baby. And it has some variegation. I can't wait for that new leaf though, and see if it has even more. Then right here we have just this Scindapsus pictus argyrius cutting. And then right here we have this super long string of hearts. And then super similar, we have this string of spades. There you go. Then right here, we have this variegated string of hearts. This one does really well for us, and I like it a lot personally. Alright, and moving on, this is a string of needles, and all of these are Xeropegia woodii, just to clarify. So yeah, those are just sitting on that front, getting most of the light. And then moving down here, we have this Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic blue. This one also needs water. Let me go ahead and cover the windowsill. So on this windowsill, we have a little array of succulents. So that's just a couple cacti, and we have this bunny ear cactus in this nice little skull pot that we actually got for Christmas from our friend. Next to it is this really nice euphorbia, and it's in a terracotta cover pot. And this is a Ficus microcarpa bonsai, and it's just kind of defying gravity there. Also, like I said, it is snowing outside, so excuse the bad lighting, but here we just have this little jade plant. Super cute plant. And then, super similar, we have this Variegated Crassula. Here, let me read it. Yeah, it's a Crassula species. You can pause and read that if you'd like. Here we have this Monstera Adansonii that I actually put together from cuttings. So it's actually starting to grow, and the leaves are getting a little bigger. So I love that. Then right here we have this really nice Hoya Bilabada splash. And the leaves just get splashier and splashier, which is something I love about this plant. Yeah, and it's also in this terracotta cover pot because this plant gets very top heavy. So yeah, that one just sits here. Alright. Then we have our Hoyas. This is a Hoya Bilabada. Really nice. Then we have this little arrangement. I think that's Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen, Hoya Wyetii, and then just a Hoya Carnosa, I believe, right there. Then we have this little Hoya heart, the Hoya Carrii. It doesn't do anything, it's just there. Then right here we have this Hoya Australis Lisa. I really love this plant a lot because its new leaves are this rose pink, and they fade out into the lime green. And then right here we have this Hoya Crinkle 8, or Hoya Ripple, I've heard it's been called before. But yeah, that finishes the windowsill. And since we're already here, I'll just might as well cover the plants I have on the floor. So here's this nice Ficus Elastica Taneki, and it's just in this pot. This actually does need water. Yep. Oh, and under here we have this Ficus Elastica, and I think this is just the green form. This one actually does need another leaf dusting, but yeah. This one was a rehab, but now it's pretty stable, and it's been growing slowly but surely. And speaking of ficus, here we have this little Ficus Bambino. This one is still a rehab. We got it overwatered, and it's just starting to show signs that it wants to recover. So yeah. Alright, then we have another Manjula Pothos just here on the floor. This was $4.98. And then right here we have this little dying rabbit's foot fern. It just needs a repot in water, but I don't know. Anyway, here we have this really nice Stromanthe Trio Star. This one was outside, and we took it in, and it's starting to have new growths. So I'm really happy about that. Alright, now moving on to this table. It's a little unorganized at the moment. Here we have this Philodendron Burl Marks. This one was a water cutting, or a water propagation for a very long time, and we finally transferred it to soil, and it's doing good. Then we have this little Cebu Blue cutting, and this leaf is about to go, but that's completely normal. This is a beautiful plant. Then right here we have this Macaulay's finale philodendron. The leaves grow in orange, and then as they harden off, they fade into that darker green color, which I really like. Then right here you just have a really basic philodendron. This is a Philodendron Temptations. Has no special qualities, it's just a plant. This, just your golden pothos, which also really needs water. And then over here, we have a Philodendron brandy, and then we have a Philodendron lemon lime. This one actually also was a cutting. Then right here we just have a sorry cutting of a Brazil philodendron. Honestly, this is trash at this point. This is a Hoya Bilabada rose gold splash, or pink splash. The splashes there are pink, and the tips are sunstressed with a really light red. So yeah, really nice plant. We still haven't potted it up though. Alright, so that was that table. Now we're moving on to the shelf thing that's on the table. Here we have some sort of Rhapsalis. I forgot which type it is, so if you know, comment down below. Alright, then here we have another type of Rhapsalis, but this one actually has little spines, but they don't hurt you. They're just kind of there to look scary, but it's actually a really soft plant. That one just goes in there. Then right here we have this, well, it was just a spider plant propagation, but it's clearly turned into a Fittonia propagation, an African violet propagation, and just like everything. Let me check on growth though. Then we have this little Hartley zebra. This was actually my brother's first ever plant, and it still stuck around, but it severely needs water. I'm not even sure if it's alive though. Alright, then at the end of the shelf, it's a little hard to grab, but it's this little baby Pilea Peperomioides, and this one's doing really well. He just sits right here. So moving on to the second shelf, here we have this really big, this is a Hartley Philodendron, and its vines just go super long. It's a very bushy plant. You can't go wrong with just your basic philodendron. See, that one just goes right there. Then we have this neon pothos. Super nice. And then we have this Jade Pothos. And this is a propagation. And it was water propagated, so it desperately needs water. I forgot we even had this, but this is a golden pothos living in water. That water needs to be changed out, sorry. But yeah, it's just surviving there. A Peperomia frost propagation. It just has little leaves there. And this is a Philodendron Little Phil. He's just there, you know. Alright, moving on to the top shelf. Long story short, it's just holiday cacti, but this is a Christmas cactus. Then right here we have the spring cactus. This one's an OG. It's the first ever holiday cactus we ever got. And then right here we have another Christmas cactus. Basically the table and that shelf. Moving on up here though, here we have a golden pothos propagation in that glass globe. And then we have this really massive and stunning Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. And this one just doesn't stop growing for us. It's constantly just pushing out new leaves, and it's even climbing the hanger it's on. But moving past, here's this Maranta cutting propagation. For some reason these plants root out super fast and super big too. Look at those roots. But yeah, and there's just red Maranta, and then it's rabbit track Maranta. So that's basically this front part of my room. The plants just go down there. Then moving on, here we have this super huge Spathiphyllum, commonly known as a peace lily. And for reference, this is my hand next to the plant. Right above the peace lily, though, is this little Syngonium Maria, which also desperately needs water, and we never water on time, and leaf after leaf dies. Alright, then on my cat's cat tree, I found this Monstera Adansonii. Has a little fenestration. Super cute. And I'm going to cover the fish tanks for you. This is a Sansevieria Laurentii. It's just in this terracotta pot. And then on top of the fish tank is this Alocasia. I forgot the name. I want to say it's a purple sword, but I'll put the real name there. And then here we have this Dracena Zabrina, which is actually inside of the fish tank. And then we have a Golden Pothos, which is also inside of the fish tank. And then we have this Manjula Pothos. And then this Hoya Macrophylla Albo Marginata. It's in this little festive holiday cup. And then we also have this Rehab Dracena Zabrina, and it's also in the fish tank. And also, this tank is away from all of my other plants, so consider this a little quarantine area for the plants. For example, this is a new Alocasia, and just for safe measures, we want to keep it away from other plants just in case. And since we're already covering plants here, might as well show you the plants in the tank. So this is Java Moss. This is Anubias nana. That is another type of Amazon sword, Java Fern. Then right here we have another type of Anubia, and this is a Marimo mossball. But moving on. Oh, hey Ty. If you guys don't know who Ty is, check out my last video where I actually show you how and when I got him and my process and my thoughts. And it's just a little vlog style video of getting a budgie. Beside Ty's cage, we have this nice IKEA greenhouse cabinet, if you will. Let me open it up and show you the plants inside. Back here, we have this begonia. I really love the way the new leaves are coming in. They're really pink, and yeah, this plant is just really nice on its own. Then right here we have this nice staghorn fern. I really love the leaves on this guy. And then we have this bromeliad that we got for Christmas. Doesn't really do much, but I still like it a lot, especially since it was a gift. Alright, then right here we have a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. And right here we have its brother, but this is the Peperomia obtusifolia marble. Yeah, I really love this plant a lot. Let me show you one of my favorite leaves. So that's an example of my favorite leaf, and yeah, maybe this one right there. Very speckled, very nice. Then up front, we have this little string of hearts. This one's just in here for fun. It's like a little cutting guy. Then right here we have a Begonia Sinbad Pink. It was a water propagation, and we put it in soil. We just have to water it again. Then we have this Philodendron Micans. This is also just a cutting. And here we have a Syngonium Maria. Syngonium Illusion Maria, I believe. And this doesn't look like it, but this is a red Maranta, or the remains of a red Maranta. As you saw in the propagation globes, we have red Maranta propagating. Well, this is where that came from. Our hope is that the tubers that are inside the soil produce another plant. So yeah, we haven't given up on you. And you can't see, but down here we have this kangaroo paw fern. And he just kind of hides back there. For some reason, he still grows. I don't know. But yeah, that's in there. And for the fun of it, I guess I'll just do this fish tank. This is Roy's fish tank. Here we have Java moss, Java fern that's floating up there. Then we have Anubias nana, another type of Anubia, Marimo moss ball, and last but not least, more Java fern there in the back. And with that, I believe that's the end of the plants, inside my room at least. As I said before, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you watched this far, let me know how you enjoyed this video. So give this video a like, and consider commenting and letting me know if you like this video. With that being said, please consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching and making it to the end. Also, comment down below which plant was your favorite, and maybe a wishlist plant that you saw in my collection. And yeah, bye.